everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we'd do a 12 by 12 You're the Apple of My Eye scrapbook layout. The paper that I'm using today, it's actually from Joann's. I don't have a paper stack with me because my kids are napping and I don't want to go into the room, but it's called the Floral Fair Stack. My paper does measure 11.5 by 11.5, and I'll go ahead and bag that on a piece of 12 by 12 craft cardstock paper. I have inked all my edges today with my Stampin' Up! Early Espresso, and I'll tape it down with my ATG. For my first piece, I do have my tree. My tree is from Miss Kate Cuttables. It does measure 7 1/8 by 9 inches. The rest of my pieces are all from Little Scraps of Heaven, but I'll let you know when it comes to it. So they are from Little Scraps of Heaven, and I'll go ahead and leave the information on the description down below. For my first piece, I do have a grass border. It does measure 11.5 by 5/8. I do have my little girl. She does measure 3 1/8 by 4 3/4, and everything has been pieced together. Next, I do have my little boy. He does measure 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. I did pop him up on one thickness of foam tape. Next, I do have my apples. They do measure 2 1/8 by 2 1/4. Go ahead and bring it over here. Next, I do have my little wagon. It does measure 4 3/8 by 2 3/4. I did pop it up on one thickness of foam tape. I do have one photo mat. My photo mat measures 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, and on my silhouette I did 2 internal offsets. Next, I do have my title. It does read, "You're the Apple of My Eye." Now for my title, I did mess around with it a little bit on my silhouette. It doesn't look like this when you get the file. So I kind of grouped it together, resized the apple in order to kind of to look like this. My title does measure now 10 1/8 by 1 1/8. I did pop up the apple with one thickness of foam tape, and on my white offset, I actually use my color box chalk. It's called Pink Sky. I just lightly tapped it a little bit. I'm not sure if you could tell. Go ahead and put it over here. Next, I do have my sun. My sun does measure 2 inches by 2 1/4. I did pop it up between the layers with one thickness of foam tape. For my sun, I do believe it comes with the tree. I'll double check. And for my sun, I actually use my Peachy Keen stamps. I use this one right here, and this is the PK1540. To start gluing it down, I use my zip dry. And the apples are also popped up on 1 thickness of foam tape. And then I had a couple leftover apples, so I just decided to go ahead and use them. I did pop them up on 1 thickness of foam tape. And there you have it. This is my 12 by 12 You're the Apple of My Eye scrapbook layout. If you enjoyed the video and like to give me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it as well. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye for now.